Okay, so before I have you guys do your actual weaving, I'm going to have you practice doing some stitches and practice setting up your loom so that you kind of know how to do it. So you're going to need your loom and your pass-off sheet and a little piece of white paper like this. You need a thing of yarn, a needle, and your warp thread, okay? And a ruler, okay? So to start, let's move all these things. Okay, to start, we gotta thread our loom. So the first thing you're gonna do is you are going to get the end of your string, okay? You're gonna fold it on itself so it makes a little loop like this, okay? And then you're just gonna tie it into a knot. Okay, so then you have a little loop, looks like that, okay? Then you're just gonna stick your loop onto this little prong up here. You're gonna start with your left top prong, okay? Stick it on there. Then we're just gonna come down and you're going to go to this little notch, okay? So you have your first prong and then the notch next to it, to the right of it, and we're just gonna wrap around the prong at the bottom. Can we see that? Yes, okay. And then you're just gonna take it up, go up here and wrap it around that prong at the top like this, okay? You're going to keep going, wrap it around the prong. Now, you are not going around the back. So if your back, if it looks like this, okay, that is wrong. Don't do that, okay? So we're gonna undo that. We're just going around the tops, going around the prongs and down and up and back and forth and back and forth, okay? And you're just gonna keep doing that until it gets all threaded, except this isn't a giant knot, okay? Okay, so then when you get to the end, okay, your string might not be long enough to go all the way down here, and that's okay. But when you get to like this last one, we're just gonna wrap it around the prong like this. Okay, so that it makes it kind of tight. Okay. So it should look like this. No strings on the back, strings are all in the front, okay? Okay, so next, we're gonna take this little white paper and we're gonna thread it through our strings. So we're gonna do an over-under motion. So you're gonna go under the first string, over the second string, under the third string, over the fourth string, okay? So you're just alternating going over and under your warp strings with this paper. Okay, so then when you're done, you're just gonna slide this to the bottom. Okay, this is just gonna be so you can push your threads against it, but you're gonna do that. Okay, so next, we're gonna get our yarn, okay? You can do any color. This is not a final thing, and you're gonna take the yarn out so it doesn't really matter what color it is or anything about it, okay? So the point of this assignment is we are going to be passing off all of these stitches. So with this little paper, you're gonna write your name at the top. Hey, Mrs. Wolf. And we're gonna put our period, I don't know, 4A, okay? Then you're gonna get your needle, okay, and your yarn, okay? And I just like to put it through this and then I tie a little knot at the top so that it doesn't come out. So I just do like a little double knot. Okay, and there are videos on how to do all of these stitches and you need to pass off all of them. So you're gonna do one and then you'll show it to me and then I will mark it off that you did it right. And then you can move on and do the other ones. Okay, so we'll do the first one. This one's called Tabby. slash plain. This is the most common one. Okay, we're gonna move this for a second. Okay, we're doing the exact same thing that you did with the paper. So we're gonna go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay, and then pull your needle through. We're gonna pull this all the way to the end. Okay. Now, we don't want to just pull it down. You want to kind of make like a little mountain. So make it tight on the edges. And then we're going to get a ruler. Okay, and we're going to do, again, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay? So our yarn looks like a little mountain. And you're going to push down the middle. And then you're going to use the ruler to push it down. Okay? And make sure it's nice and straight, and then pull up your ruler, okay? So now we're gonna make another row. So we're gonna do the opposite of what we just did. So I ended on under, so now I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna start doing over. I'm gonna go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and under. Okay, and pull it all the way through. Okay, I'm gonna make sure it's tight on the ends. Oop, make my little mountain. Okay, push this down, push. Okay, and now I've got 2 rows. Okay, we're gonna do one more row. Okay, so we're gonna do the opposite of what we just did. So I went under, so now I gotta go over, over, under, over, under. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Okay? Okay, so now we got our 3 rows. Okay. Okay, so for all of these little stitches that you have to pass off, you need to do 2 or 3 rows, okay, depending on how long your yarn is. So I did my 3 rows. So then I would show this to me, to Mrs. Wolf, and I would say, Mrs. Wolf, I did my tabby and my plain. And I, Mrs. Wolf, would look at your thing and I'd say, that looks great. And then I'd give you a little pass off, okay? So you don't do this. I am the one doing this, okay? Okay, so then once you get it passed off by me, Mrs. Wolf, once I sign this for you.
Okay, pause. For my A-Day classes, I will not be here when you start this assignment. So in order for you to pass off your stitches, I need you to take pictures of your stitches that you'll show me when I get back. That being said, you can use your phone, but only to take pictures. If you use them for any other reason, besides taking pictures, then you'll lose points on this assignment, okay? I gave the sub a seating chart so she knows who you are, and I asked her to just make marks by your little picture if she finds you on your phone. So if I come back and you have a mark by your picture, then I'm automatically going to take points off this assignment, okay? So just use your phone to take your picture really quick, then put it away, and keep going on your stuff. Do not sit on your phone. Don't do anything else on it. Or again, you'll lose points on this assignment, okay? Unpause.
Okay, you're just going to take out your yarn. Okay, and we're just gonna pull out those stitches. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this, pull it out. Pull it out. And pull it out. Okay? So now I got plain, so now I'm gonna move on to twining. And I'll use the same yarn and I'll do this one. And I'll do it, and then I'll show it to me and it'll be passed off, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you guys are good to go. If not, it'll be fine and I'll catch you up next week. Okay? Or no, on Friday. No, next week. Next week. Okay.